So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now.
Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishu Zed. Gentlemen, put a 1 in the comment section if you've ever attended a single mixer or a singles event. Go ahead. Nobody? That's what I thought.
Okay, so I recently went to a singles event, and it was 90% women. And I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes? I don't know, but they're not there. And that's cool. Not like I care.
So this whole conversation about singles events and men not attending these single mixers, you guys have seen it in the past. I've actually done a really viral video about this before, but this conversation's been had before. Why do you think men don't like attending these type of events? This commenter says, what, no bears? So he's like, since you guys decided you feel safer with a bear than you do with the average man, then the bear should attend. Somebody else here says, like, you really need to go to a single event. Come on now. Guys will leave comments like this, think that these women just have trouble attracting women. No. Don't forget, these are modern women, and it's not that women can't find a man who's attracted to them. It's that they can't find the men they have convinced themselves they qualify for and deserve. Most men don't like attending singles events. This woman found out the hard way when she planned an event, put a lot of detail and time into it, and only one man planned to show up. Check it out.
So I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend. Y'all know I'm an event planner and I have a fish farm, and I advertised a fishing for love event where singles could come here and fish and have dinner and meet each other in person, not on a dating app. And 5 women RSVP'd yes, and 1 man. And even the 1 man that did RSVP did it through one of the ladies. Now, I did all of my marketing specifically towards men because I knew that the women would RSVP. I promoted the event on 45 different Facebook groups, specifically about hunting, fishing, camping, country life, and all local to my area.
She really did put a lot of time in planning those activities. Those are good activities, right? All activities that men like to do without women. Yes, I said it.
I know that my post reached over 12,000 people specific to the age group, the gender, and the interests that I just described. And yet, no man RSVP'd. So let's talk about why men are not RSVPing and attending these singles meet and greets. So I read something that said that men are just more spontaneous. They just want to show up. But I don't think that's true because men have no problem buying their season tickets to a football game a year in advance, being on time for their fantasy football event, being at a 7 a.m. golf tee time. So the issue must be that they're just not interested in attending these singles meet and greets. I also read that men don't really like the pressure of meeting a woman in a formal dating experience, and they prefer meeting a woman naturally, like at a bar or a concert. But like, don't we all? Now remember, I chose an event that men love doing, and I get men here every day at my farm fishing. I chose a fishing event because as an event planner, I know that I have to always have something for men to be doing.
So you're telling me that men do show up to her fishing events on a regular basis, but when they found out that there were going to be a bunch of single women at the event, they decided not to show up? What do you guys think of that? Comment down below.
Men don't enjoy just standing around talking like women do. So that's why I chose fishing as the predominant activity. And yet they still didn't want to come. So I would love to hear from you all as to why you think men don't attend singles events. Because all I hear is them on social media talking about how lonely they are and how they all want to meet a woman and how much they hate the apps. So what do you think?
So she says, all I hear is men talking about how lonely they are and how they want to meet women. Men don't complain about how lonely they are. She's probably talking about the several articles that really try to highlight that men are lonely, when the truth is they've tapped out willingly tapped out of the dating market because men love women. Men love women, but they also weigh out the return on investment. Is it worth it? And that's really the core problem here that they just seem to ignore. When a man says it's just not worth it anymore, they think, you're just talking. Men weigh it out and they think, what type of woman attends a singles event? Is it the type of woman who struggled to get a man because she's not in her feminine energy, she's not pleasant, kind, all those things that men want, and she's finally resorting to singles events? More likely than not, that's the case. Here are a couple of comments from different men. This commenter says, dating isn't worth it anymore. Exactly what I was saying. It would also ruin fishing for most guys. Somebody else here says, I'm married, but a lot of my single friends are just happy or unattached. Listen, as a married man, in my whole life, I probably know like 1 or 2 guys who've actually attended an event that was specifically for single men and women who wanted to come together and meet. Men don't attend singles events. Goes on to read, it's a new world and many men don't see the value in a relationship. And somebody else here says, we don't want to lose half our stuff. I want to go back to that last comment because the real reason they don't want to start having conversations about, okay, so men aren't deciding to invest because showing up is an investment. They don't want to show up. They don't want to invest. Why? But because they don't think it's worth it. If they don't think it's worth it, that means that there's no benefit. And if we're talking about no benefit, we're talking about women. And then it's like, okay, so what do these women bring that's of value? And you're not allowed to have that conversation. You're not allowed to say that modern women today don't bring much of value to a relationship, to a man who actually is healthy and ready for a relationship. Again, I'm talking about the average woman today, right? Because trust and believe, men like myself and men in Brew Brothers, in my community of men who value marriage, they're married. They found the pick-me's who these chicks make fun of until they're attending the singles events. Those are the chicks who make fun of the pick-me's. Those are the chicks who think I should never settle unless if somebody's willing to pay all my bills. And they typically don't realize they've effed up until it's much too late.
Okay, so we just left the event.
So bad.
I think we were just saying that we think that we've actually hit rock bottom.
No, it was actually.
We think we've actually hit rock bottom, and I think we were either punked, catfished,
Like
or
it felt like a sick joke. I was like literally thinking to myself, like, why am I like, how did I get here?
How did I get here?
How did I get here? These chicks ended up at a singles event and looked around and realized majority of people there were other. They realized this other. Imagine you show up to a single event and all you see are the girls who claim they would never settle in their life. What a humbling experience. Drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Do you feel better? Do you feel better? How dare you ask, how did I get here? You got here by thinking you were too good for the men who you turned down in your past. Unfortunately, you got here by also being lied to by messaging that told you that all men are trash, or what you have accomplished in your profession and what you bring to the table when it comes to money, that men care. They don't. They don't care. They care about peace. They care about how cooperative you are as a woman. They care about, can you cook? Yes, it matters, even if it's a little bit. Can you make a sandwich? And I don't say that to be misogynist. No, I don't. But listen, the fact that I have to clear up what men expect and want, as that doesn't mean I hate women. My wife cooks for me. I appreciate it, and so do other men who run into a woman who drinks coffee. So this next video was a response to a comment of a woman who says, every singles event I go to is 75% women. Again, these are the strong, independent women who are never going to settle. 75% women. And the men complain in the Facebook group they can't meet anyone. And so she responded and said this.
I would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as the truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend. Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
Now, do I think that singles events never actually work out for some people? I think they do, right? There are probably couples who actually met at singles events, but for the far majority of people and women, it's probably going to be a waste of time. And what men won't say is when they think of a singles event and the type of women who are going to be there, they know these are women who have difficulty cooperating with men. Listen, let's be honest. Men don't think of singles events and think they're going to be these women who are fresh, excited about life, and they could have gone anywhere else, and for some reason it is decided to go to a singles event. No, it's a last plea for help. For a lot of these chicks, it's a last, final, desperate attempt to locking down a man. As always, guys, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments and thoughts down below. I appreciate you as always for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.